In Psalm 131, we find these words: O Lord, my heart is not lifted up. My eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things too great and too marvelous for me. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a weaned child with its mother. My soul is like the weaned child that is with me. O Israel, hope in the Lord from this time on and forevermore. Monastic life isn't for everyone. Yet, I would venture a guess many of us have been feeling a little more isolated or closed off from the world than we're used to these days. Now, we could find many things to fill our time, to be sure. Binge watching all those great shows we had missed out on when our schedules were more full. Connecting with folks via Zoom, email, phone calls, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Getting those renovations done to the house that we have put off for too long. Pretty soon, if we're not careful, our schedules will be just as full or even more so than they were before the pandemic. We are in need of balance. We need work, life, faith, balance. My Benedictine friends try to find this balance. I've been fortunate enough to get to know some of my Benedictine brothers at Conception Abbey, about 2 hours north of here. They begin their day in prayer. Then they share a meal together. Next, they might teach a class or two, or go about their work tending the grounds or in the print shop, perhaps. At noon, they get together again for prayer, and then they share a meal and return to all the work left in their day. Then right before dinner, again they gather for prayer. They share a meal. Well, you get the idea. Their prayer time is marked often by reading the Psalms, these poems and songs of the ancient Jewish community. There are Psalms for every occasion, it seems. The one today is about trusting not in oneself alone, but in God. It's about the importance of quieting the soul and listening for God's still small voice speaking to us. It's about letting go of those things that are beyond our understanding and control, not in pessimistic or cynical resignation, but in trust that God will guide our way. I wonder what was going on in the life of the psalmist. I wonder what uncertainty and despair they might have been facing. Had they applied for that dream job and been passed over? Did they face health concerns that seemed overwhelming? Was there political and cultural strife? What was it that caused them to write these words? Friends, the why will always be a mystery. For now, I think I will just sit with these words and let them work on me a while. I will share a meal with my family or friends, virtually or in some other physically distant way. I will hopefully let go of those things beyond my control and trust God more and more. I don't expect it to be easy, but I do suspect that God will show up. O Lord, my heart is not lifted up. My eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things too great and too marvelous for me. But I have calmed and quieted my soul, like a weaned child with its mother. My soul is like the weaned child that is with me. O Israel, hope in the Lord from this time on and forevermore. May we hope in the Lord from this time on and forevermore. May we find a work, life, faith balance, and may we find moments of rest and calm in the midst of all we are facing. Until we meet again. Amen.